What is it with Democrats and email scandals? Honestly, first it was Hillary Clinton with the 33,000 emails from a private server with classified information that she said was about yoga. And now we have a sitting president who, when he was vice president, sent more than 82,000 emails from alias accounts. This was part of a FOIA lawsuit from the Southeastern Legal Foundation. That's a conservative nonprofit group, and they sued the National Archives for access to this. This means that the National Archives actually fought to keep this under wraps and only gave it up when a court made them. So the first question is, why? Considering this is the same National Archives that kicked in Donald Trump's door at Mar-a-Lago to get boxes back that they had, one, already seen, and two, never had a problem with when they were actually there before. Folks, this is a big deal. You don't send things from alias accounts unless you don't want people to know what you're doing. The left is super silent about this, though. They're even denouncing it. Ian Sams, I guess this is his job, but he's the White House spokesman for oversight and investigations. He's got a pretty tough job. Said, quote, just when you think the House GOP shenanigans can't get any dumber, they start fussing about email pseudonyms. Newsflash, government leaders for decades have used aliases to avoid spam and hacking. Did they think this was just Joe.Biden? LOL, wonder what some congressman's emails are. Just because they've done it forever doesn't mean it's the right thing. It's actually wrong on all fronts. The classic deflection by Democrats, though. But what do these emails contain? Listen, for one, many of these emails from aliases like Robert Peters, Robin Ware, JRB Ware, the ones we know about, seem to be related to Ukraine and Burisma, a natural gas company that was paying his son Hunter Biden $1 million a year. Now, if you recall, Joe Biden did, in fact, threaten to hold back American aid if they did not fire a prosecutor that was investigating this company.
I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, what, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a got fired.
At the same time that his son was receiving $1 million a year from the same company. That sounds pretty sketchy to me. Remember, Democrats were so terrified by this getting exposed that they impeached Donald Trump over a phone call for simply asking if Joe Biden did exactly what you just saw him admit to. You see how proactive they are on this? But all that aside, what was the one thing that Joe Biden hid behind every single time corruption has come up?
Congresswoman Nancy Mace says there's damning evidence in that FBI file that you sold out the country. Do you have a response to the congressional Republicans?
Where's the money?
Well, aside from a fully paid-for Rehoboth Beach house, James Comer has connected some of those dots.
It all began with a shakedown in the summer of 2017 when Hunter Biden sent a message to his CEFC associate demanding a $10 million capital payment. As Hunter Biden extorted this associate, Hunter claimed he was sitting with his father and that the Biden network would turn on his associate if he didn't pony up the money. The extortion scheme worked. Days later, $5 million flowed in from a Chinese affiliate of CEFC.
5 million bones. For what? Remember, there is not a single product that the Biden family can point to for the over $20 million in financial transactions that they've received. And this is from a variety of sources. And if you remember, when Biden's business associates said they made it so complicated through a series of shell companies that it would take over 10 years to track the money, here's how they did it.
First, Northern International Capital, a Chinese company associated with CEFC, wired $5 million to Hudson West 3, a joint venture established by Hunter Biden and a CEFC associate. Then Hudson West 3 sent $400,000 to an entity owned and controlled by Hunter Biden. Next, Hunter Biden wired $150,000 to Lion Hall Group, a company owned by James and Sarah Biden. Sarah Biden then withdrew $50,000 in cash from Lion Hall Group. Later the same day, she deposited it into her and James Biden's personal checking account. A few days later, Sarah Biden cut a check to Joe Biden for $40,000.
Here's that check for $40,000. Note on the bottom, loan repayment. And I'll explain why this is important in just a second. But I thought Joe Biden and his family didn't take any money from China. Well, at least that's what he told us.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about What are you talking about? China.